Welcome to the Mad Empire Team Call. Today is February 10th, 2020. I'm looking really fancy in my club volleyball jacket. I remember when I first started doing team calls, I would dress up and look cute and put a bunch of makeup on, and Megan can completely contest to this. And this is where we have gotten, because today we are talking about lots and lots of stuff about leadership, and lots of my key takeaways from this past weekend and all things you guys need to know to be there next year. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I love seeing all these faces on here tonight. Actually, before I do that, thumbs up if you are liking the chats or if you're like, they're super annoying. Do you like the chat that you're in? Do you feel like that's helping a little bit? Okay. It's just an easier way for me to feel like I can keep things under wraps and I'm giving you info that's going to help you at where you're at in your business rather than giving everyone the same info. And if you're one day into coaching, you're like, what the hell is this bitch talking about? And then if you're years into coaching, you're like, okay, I feel like I'm getting something out of this and I'm leveling up. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Here is our leaderboard, which honestly, this leaderboard, I am so freaking proud of. To look at this board and see these babes' names higher than my own just shows the levels of deep leadership we are creating in this team. If you change someone else's life today, it might not be up here because this was from last night. I created this, but huge shout out to Lexa Davis, changing a life, Courtney Jones, changing a life, Caitlin, changing a life, Jill, Haley, Maria. I've changed 2 lives. Madison's at Success Club 6. Nancy's at Success Club 8, and so is Melina, who Nancy and Melina both signed up last January, this January, last month, right? And they're already hitting higher Success Club numbers than me, who's been in this business for 2.5 years. Madison signed up in November. She's already hitting Success Club, and it's just so awesome to see those people changing lives. It doesn't matter what number you're at, but if you change someone's life, be damn proud of yourself because that's a huge accomplishment, right? Because when you think about it, it's not about changing, it's not about the Success Club numbers. It's not about anything else. It's just a direct reflection that, one, you're changing your own life. Nobody's going to join you if you're not getting results and you're having fun doing this and showing up every day and excited about the journey that you are on, right? If you're not having fun, nobody else is. So it's a direct reflection of you changing your life, then duplicating that and changing someone else's. So Nancy's at the top of our volume leaders. Then second Maddie is number 2. Melina's number 3 with 816. Top recruiter this week was Melina. Top life changer was Nancy. Melina went Emerald last Thursday, so huge round of applause for her. That's an awesome accomplishment in your business, is hitting that first rank, especially in your first month as a coach. And then coach of the week is Courtney, and it's probably funny if she's on this right now. She's probably like, what do you mean coach of the week? But to me, being someone, she went through I think probably this summer we got on a call and I thought she was going to quit. I legit thought she was going to just be like, I can't do this. I'm pregnant. I'm having a child. I cannot keep doing this. But she did it. And that was the switch where she just decided she was going to keep working out until the day before she had a baby. And then she just finally got cleared and now she's doing bar program and she's showing up and she's changed her life this month. And that just shows so much of her integrity. And she is one of the reasons why we have such amazing culture on this team. So congrats, Court. And I'm so lucky to work with you every single day. All right. Huge, exciting announcement. Haley and Sarah just registered for Riviera Maya in 2021, which is an awesome, huge accomplishment, which means they were changing lives last month. So they both got registered to be on Luna Wave with us in Riviera Maya. When I first got my invite for the cruise last year, I didn't get it until September or October. So I was one of the last people to get invited. These babes got invited in the second month of the year. So that doesn't mean that you guys aren't going to be invited if you haven't got off that wait list yet. But just know that the more lives you change and just the more that you stop thinking about the outcomes or what's going to happen or the recognition and you just fall in love with the process, it's going to come naturally, right? The message I got from Haley the other day, she's like, I just can't believe this business gives me the opportunity to go lay on those lounge chairs in the Riviera Maya, right? How does this business right here, this call that you're on, gets you to that place? That is just amazing. And if you watched Andrea's live today in the Facebook page, I really recommend it. It's only 11 minutes. She shouts out Alexa, but still, it's like a really, really good video and reflection of just sharing the opportunity. Don't just look for Success Club or the Challenge Pack or anything like that. Do it to have a connection with a human, and it's going to be so much more worth it. Just a few announcements. So it's week 2 of Team Cup. Are you helping your team right now? Are you showing up? Are you letting them down? Are you like saying you're going to do things and then you're falling short of your goals? Don't get down on yourself. We're going to talk about that in part of the training, but you still have some time, but you still got to be true to your goals. And I want to give a huge shout out to Megan, who is a team captain of her team. They're all working super damn hard together, but she's just been such a leader to the girls on her team. One person who has been a brand new coach, she didn't know what she was doing, and Megan stepped up into that leadership role, and she told me, she was like, I didn't even know that I could lead, but this is giving me the hope that I can lead a team in the near future. And I know it's going to happen in the very, very near future after Team Cup. So girls, keep showing up. All of you guys have, I'm pretty sure on your team, have almost changed a life, which is a huge accomplishment midway, 10 days into the month, not even midway yet, okay? Also, if you didn't see, if you use your promo codes by the 13th, you'll get a refill on the ones that you did use. So if you used all 3, you'll get 3 new ones on the 14th. If you use 1, you'll get another one. If you use 2, obviously you get 2. Those promo codes are for people that are in Team Cup. Also, if you guys saw my post about getting people to sign up with a completion pack with Bar Blend. So if those are customers that maybe have bought in the past, and you want them to re-sign up with Bar Blend, they'll also get Shakeology, and then they're going to get a free box of pumpkin spice. Or if they're a brand new customer, you can do the same thing with a challenge pack, and they're getting that free box of pumpkin spice, $10 off, and $150 for everything. If you break that down, write captions on your Instagram stories, talk about it every single day, post photos of it every single day, different platforms, speak the value of what you have, you guys. $150 for the year. $150. That is insane. So don't let someone tell you that it's too expensive, because really that's a reflection of you not explaining well enough what they're going to get and showing that value and getting them to trust you, okay? So last thing on the announcements is our calendar. I would take a picture of this. I'll post it in the team page as well, but this is just the calendar for 2020. If you missed it, Mixed Berries coming out in May. I got to try it this last weekend, and if you were like a blueberry, I feel like it's a lot of blueberry hints, and I just feel like the flavor to me is better than fruit punch. I'm not a huge fruit punch person, but the mixed berry was really, really freaking good, and it's different than lemon, because I am like a lemon fan. Like, I think I could drink lemon till the day I die, but that was actually really, really good, and so I'm obviously going to be buying it in May because it's damn near good. I could do anything for Energize, right? And something I heard this weekend too was good, was someone was like, talk about coaching, the opportunity to coaching, like you do Energize. Like, could you imagine if you talked about coaching or you felt the same energy that you do from Energize, from the coach opportunity? It would be unreal, right? So find a way to make that happen. Find a way to find parts of coaching that excite you just as much as all of us love our unicorn crack, you know, like our mama juice, whatever we want to call it. You got to find a way to be that excited about this coach opportunity. Also 10 rounds, which we'll be touching on a little bit later. I'm not going to go into it this call because the other info is so good. But just look, there is so much to come in this next year. Like, there's new top secrets, like there's consumables, another fitness program launching. Like, there's a lot to be excited about. So take a look. All right, I need a sip of water before I drop some knowledge. So here are my NLC top takeaways. But first, I wanted to talk to you guys about how you get to there, because I had a lot of people say, like, super cool that you're there, but like, how does this, you know, how can I be there next year, right? So the requirements are 1-star diamond held for 6 weeks. So that means you have to get to diamond and then advance your business to 1-star, which means you have 1 diamond coach underneath you. The way I personally did it, because I wasn't waiting for anyone else to get it for me, and I wasn't going to wait for someone to step up and become a diamond, I got my second business center, aka Nick's account, to diamond so that I could make sure I was at this event. I've heard such high things of it. Every corporate person tells you it's their favorite event, and you can only go once in your time as a coach. So it's a very, very special event. And so I wasn't going to wait another year to have someone pop diamonds so that I could go. So you got to hold that 1-star rank for 6 weeks, earn 10 or more leadership points in 2020. And like I broke it down a little bit at the bottom. And then if you want your room paid for, which obviously you do because you want a free trip, you earn 25 leadership points. So those points can be earned by your personally sponsored coaches hitting Success Club. So your goal is to be able to duplicate. You come in, you're recruiting, you're hitting Emerald, you're hitting Success Club. Now teach those girls how to do the same thing. Be simple. Don't make this an overcomplicated process, right? You bring someone in and be like, hey, how's your mom, sister? Do you have a friend that wants to do this with you? Because my coaches or my clients that come in and have 2 accountability partners get the best results and they always finish their program. Who are your 2 people going to be? You know, like make it simple, make it straight to the point. And that's how they're going to hit Success Club. That's how I got Courtney to come into this business last January and become a success starter right out of the gate. Said, who are your people going to be? And I went out of my way to go meet up with her in Portland, or I got out of my way to do a FaceTime with her. And finding those connections, it's going to help your coaches. So use your time and get personal with your people that you're bringing on. If they're a client right now, so what? Maybe they didn't sign up as a coach from the get-go, but get personal with them. Become their friends so that they feel like a lifer, so that they feel like if they left this business, they are like ripping out a part of their heart from you being one of their really, really good friends, okay? And then helping at least one person in their first month will get you 1 point, and then acquiring 500 PV by a personally sponsored coach or a customer that you sponsor in 2020. Okay, my top 3 takeaways. So number 1, you cannot be casual, and I will talk more about each of these. Number 2, your headspace up here matters a freaking ton, okay? A lot. And how to step up your leadership game. So number 1 is you cannot be casual. This is going to require you to get out your chat box. So pause what you're doing if you can. If you're just listening, no worries. But I want you guys to be here present for this part, okay? So grade yourself on your Success Club tracker. This is A through F, right? So we should all know what the Success Club tracker is. It is sending invites, you know, the blue tracker check boxes. Put a grade in the chat box right now. I don't care if you fail or if you're killing it. Just put it in there so that we can talk about it, okay? Grade yourself on the Success Club tracker from last week. Ready, go. I still see no people. F. D. C. Cool. All right, next one. Grade yourself on the butterfly feeling last week. That butterfly feeling is when you get out of your comfort zone. So that butterfly feeling is when you do something that makes you so damn uncomfortable, but you know it's going to help you grow, right? It gets you that feeling in your stomach. You're like, I don't know if I can do this, but you know that you can, and you know that it's getting you to that next spot. A little better. We're getting a little there, okay? Grade yourself on how well you ran your challenge group or supported your customers and clients. So if you're in a group challenge group and you're not running your own, that's okay, but how well did you support your customers and clients? Were you talking to them? Were you being the most supportive coach that you possibly can be? Are you in their DMs? Are you chatting with them? Are those coaches know that you're alive and that they can trust you? Okay. Somewhere kind of BC range, probably is average. And then lastly, grade yourself on how well you showed up as a leader last week. So even if you have 0 coaches underneath you, that doesn't even matter because you're becoming that leader for your future team. What does that look like to you? Are you showing up? Are you doing your workout? Are you drinking your shake? Are you just checking in? Are you just being the best human that you can be so that you can attract really awesome humans to become part of your team? Rate yourself on how well of a leader have you been showing up. Maybe you're running a team cup team. Are you becoming that leader that you want to be? Probably like an average C again, right? Okay. Thank you guys for putting those in the chat because that actually helps this call instead of me just being like talking to a wall the whole time. Okay. So you cannot be casual, like I was just saying. So a lot of us, we want to have these businesses that are booming, right? We want to have these businesses that are moving. But when we grade ourselves, we're like, oh, the Success Club tracker, yeah, I did all right. Maybe I did a few things. You cannot have an A business, an A+ business, or a business that's booming with a B-level work ethic, right? You can't expect this business to pay you out with all this awesome resorts and do da la 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 if we're just doing half-ass the effort, right? We can't just maybe show up and do the Success Club tracker, and that's bare minimum, you guys. The Success Club tracker is there to maximize your time, get as much done as you possibly can in the shortest amount of time, and be successful. That was made by top coaches. It wasn't made by corporate. It wasn't made by Carl Deichler, who's not a coach. It was made by coaches that's what they did to show up. So stop putting it aside and being like, yeah, that's a great tool, Maddie. Do it, right? That is the one thing that you can control, is showing up to that tracker and doing the task. I cannot stress it enough. Number 2 was, how often are you getting that butterfly effect? Are you doing it on a daily basis? Because really, like I said, nothing grows in your comfort zone. If you're sitting here saying, I just don't know if I should make my page private, should I, do it on a regular Instagram? Should I make another Instagram? Should I invite that person that was a big mean girl in high school? Like, those ones are my favorite to invite, because they're over here just not even living their best life, and I'm over here high on life, and I invite them like, oh my God, I need this. And I'm like, yeah, you do. Even though you were a bitch in high school, you need this now. I don't know, I'm like on one. But it's true, like, nothing grows in that comfort zone. You got to reach out to those people, and it's not like you're selling anything, you guys. You got to think that if I am doing and being the vital behaviors, I am doing everything that I need to be doing to get myself results and feel better in my mind up here, the trust is going to come. And when your trust is so tight with your community, with your clients, with your Instagram following, your business will be booming. I promise. After the reset, I have attracted coaches that are hitting higher Success Club numbers than I am, because I was getting results and I was being a product of the product. My business was booming. My volume's booming. I'm getting higher volume than I did during the launch in December, because I'm recruiting people that want this and need this just like I do. And I'm getting outside my comfort zone and sending those coach invites that I absolutely hate. I am 2.5 years in, and that is still my least favorite thing to do, because I think it's awkward to be like, I think you'd be good at this, but I don't even know some of these people, right? But you've got to get outside that comfort zone and make that connection. So if you guys read the next line, do not be a dollar store condom. You're like, what the hell do you mean? But what that means is, like, don't be someone that's like, yeah, you can trust me, I'm going to keep you safe. And then you're a dollar store condom that breaks and you become pregnant. Okay? Like listen to yourself. Like, you can't say that you're going to show someone how to get results and you're going to be there and send them meal plans, and you send them one meal plan and then you ghost them and you fall off the face of the earth and no one knows where you are. You've got to build that trust and keep that trust, because it's going to go so much farther. I was trying to see what time it was. Number 3. So that number 3 was grade yourself on your challenge group and how well you were supporting your customers and clients. So was your post effective and exciting? Are you excited to post in there? Because if you're not pumped every single day when you go into your challenge group, like I wasn't for the longest time, it's like pulling teeth. And then you forget. Then your customers forget. And then your coaches are gone. And you're like, my business is dead. Everyone's inactive. No one's showing up, so why should I? But you have to create that experience that you want, and it's going to continue to trickle and grow. When I started my challenge groups, it'd be 3 days of everyone posting, everyone's gone. And then I'd start another one the next month, and another one, another one, another one. I had like 12 groups going that were all dead, but I was trying so hard to make something happen. So make sure that you're enjoying your challenge group and you're creating that Disneyland experience. When I go to Disneyland as a 23-year-old, I still feel like a little kid, right? The people come, they're in their costumes, they give you like the A+ experience that you want and that you're paying for, but they're giving you that A+ experience that everyone knows. When you go to Disneyland, no one's going to be rude to you. No one's going to be like, oh, sorry, like, yeah, Goofy's gone, you'll never get to see him again, bye. Like, people don't do that. They're like, oh yeah, just get in line right now, we'll get you a picture. Like, everyone is so accommodating, so you got to give that Disneyland experience to your customers and your coaches and those future people. Are your coaches growing? So this happens like when you're a leader, right? How well are you being a leader? And you can test that by, are your coaches growing? Are your clients getting results? Are your coaches going emerald like you did? Like you made it happen super quick? Are your coaches doing that? Are you showing them how simple it is that they can do it too? Are you making that list of 100 people to invite, right? When they get started, we just make that list. It's a bullet list. It's something you just go super fast, and eventually you'll have those butterflies, but you're going to invite them. And then ultimately, are they getting results? Are they going to stick around because they see themselves getting awesome, awesome results, and they want their customers to get that and their family members and all down the line, right? So just know, cannot be casual. We cannot be casual in our business and expect things to happen if we're not, oh my God, the cat is distracting me. It's so cute. Oh, root beer. But you can't expect things to be amazing when you're just being mediocre, right? You can't just be casual, strolling down the street. If you want to be up here, you have to act like it. And if you want to be more of a hobby coach, that's fine. But you got to figure out where you want, and don't be saying, oh, but I thought I'd be farther along if you're not doing those actions, right? So it's a little bit of a gut check, but you cannot have more success than you are as a leader. You have to become a leader, no matter if it's a leader of 1, a leader of 100, a leader of 1,000, a leader of a cat. You have to be a leader. You have to grow together. You can't just be up here and then not showing anyone else how to get there and expect to have success. You'll never have that much success if you aren't showing everyone else how to be a leader as well, right? You got to grow together with your girls, with your customers, with your team, with yourself, okay? Number 2, headspace matters. We talked a little bit about this on our coffee chat on Sunday, but have a giving mindset. Too often we come into this business and we have this mindset of like, all right, now I'm a coach. Who's going to come sign up? Who wants to buy a challenge pack? But we're not giving any content. We're not giving any meal plans. We're not giving them any hope that we're going to be any different than Sally down the street selling a challenge pack. We're not giving them all the stuff that they need in that trust. We're just expecting them to give us their money, right? And that's not how this business works. If you're trying to sell something and you're just trying to sell a product, you're not going to have success. But if you're here because you want to create this lifestyle change for yourself and then pay that forward, that's going to give you something that's a little bit more sustainable and something that's going to last a lifetime. You've got to have that giving mindset. So how can you give back to your followers, your customers, your coaches? How can you find a way to give back before they even sign up, right? Are you inspiring them in somewhat on your posts, on your stories, educating, motivating? Are you showing them a cool recipe that you've used your Shakeology in? Or are you using a way to make a cauliflower swap and have a healthier dinner recipe instead of using nachos, chips? That's what we're making tonight, right? Like find ways to educate, inspire, and motivate your people. That way you're giving back to them. And you can't depend on anyone. And that I have learned that so many times in this business. I've had coaches that come in, sign up 8 girls, fall off the face of the earth. And I talk about this all the time because it was something that was so life-changing in my business because I thought she was going to be the one. And I was so gung-ho on her. She promised me all these things. And then she quit. She sent in her resignation, didn't tell me, didn't say anything, and then bashed me on Instagram. Do you know how I felt as a leader? I thought it was all my fault. And then that same month, 2 days later, I met Courtney, who's been on our team for a year, and she was like someone that bred life back into me. And I know I gave her life as well. And it was a 2-way street, but it's like life gives you people to challenge you, and then they give you people to be like, this is why I didn't give up when it was freaking hard, okay? So you can't depend on anyone. You've got to sometimes do it for yourself, and it's going to be so much more worth the reward because you can't be like, oh, well, they helped me, right? They did it for me. Like you did this for yourself. It really is 100% normal to doubt yourself in this business from the get-go. But like I said, get that butterfly effect. Just have to be brave, right? It's going to suck sometimes, but it's going to feel a whole lot better if you're fearless and you get that result that you wanted, that you were almost too scared to do, but you did it anyways. It feels so much better than being like, oh, I just wish I would have invited Megan and now she signed up under this different coach. Like that sucks, right? When you see it and you're like, damn, why was I not that fearless and invited her? But If you are, it's going to feel so much better, right? You're going to become that leader. You're going to get that confidence boost, and you're going to be riding that wave so high. And that's when that momentum's going and your business is booming, like we just talked about. Another thing I've heard a lot lately is a lot of negative self-talk on ourselves. A lot of people are like, well, I'm just bad at inviting, or I'm just bad at this, or I'm not good at this. And we just have to flip that script and get out of our headspace like that. Like, that is not going to cultivate anything positive. And if we're negative and negative and negative, it breeds into the people that you're attracting, and that's the last people you want on your team. I know when I look back on seasons of my life, I look at the coaches I recruited during that time and I'm like, oh God, I needed personal development because, man, they were taxing on me. They just were life suckers. They were sucking everything out of me because I was opening this wide gate that I would accept anyone and help anyone. And I was getting all these people that needed like so much life help that I wasn't a counselor. I wanted to help them find a pathway and find a way, but I didn't want to be the counselor every single day. It was taking a toll on me. So I had to get into my positive mind space, start doing personal development. And I don't just say that because that's on the business activity tracker because I ignored it for so damn long, but it's true. Read something, do something to grow your mindset. And if you're always comparing yourselves to other coaches that have done it before you, and then you're tearing yourself down, you're like, well, they have 116,000 followers because they're cuter than me. Like stupid shit like that, unfollow those people, okay? But you can always use top coaches or other coaches for motivation. Like I look at Kelsey Hill, who's a top 10 coach. She's 23 years old. I go, if she can, why can't I? Like what makes her any different? So that's something that I use as motivation to get me to a higher ground, not something that I compare myself with that brings me into this negative spiral of me comparing to other people. Okay, does that make sense? And I think that is a really big tip that I took away from NLC is that I do that a lot. You'll go through phases where you're like, oh, this person's really inspiring. And then they become the comparison game. And then you realize I got to unfollow them. And you can always go back and check out what they're doing, but maybe following them isn't the best for you. And then last thing is create content before taking in content. Let me read that again. Create content before taking in content. So often we're like consuming and consuming and consuming, and we're on Instagram and we're looking at all these different ways coaches are doing it. But sometimes you just have to create your own content and be like, this is good, and then go check out other things and then tweak your own. Sometimes we're just copying because we're like, that's easy, that was good, let's just take that in. But it's not being authentically you, and people see right through that. They're going to see right through your BS, and they're going to be like, that's not her. And they have a one-on-one with you, and it's awkward, and you're like, I could never share a twin-size bed with this person in Summit. You know they're not your person. And that is like the biggest test. Like we had 5 girls in our room at Summit last year, blow-up mattress in between the 2 queen beds, girls we didn't know. I met Sarah for the first time. She could have been so weird. Good thing she's not, but she could have been this weirdo that came knocking on my door. I never met her, but the funny thing is that we were like the same person. And I met her over Instagram from Indianapolis. Like just weird things happen because you're being your authentic self. You attract people that you vibe with. And if you're like copying Lindsay Matway and you're like gonna recruit some 40-year-old mom, you're not gonna have as much in common as you would someone that's your age. Or maybe you are a mom and you're recruiting and you're talking to other moms of that caliber, then you can have a conversation and not be sitting there awkwardly. Right? Like I can't imagine sitting across the table, I wouldn't have as much to talk about as I do Sarah, who, you know, like that's the thing is you got to create those people that are going to be your tribe. Okay, last slide. Leadership game, how to level the F up. This is something that Sandy, who does the morning wake-up call every Monday, said as she walked off the stage, face it till you make it. So often we hear fake it till you make it. And you could fake it all damn day long, but if you don't love it, people will see it. People can tell. People can tell when you're doing 10 minutes of your workouts, filming it, not finishing it. I have been a victim. I have done that. Before Barbara came out, I was doing that. And I was like, I'm like, why is my business? No one's signing up. No one's understanding. I wasn't getting results. I was faking it just to say that this is what I was doing, and nothing was happening from it. Sometimes you just have to face the fact that you're not going to love all the beautiful things of this business, like inviting or creating content or following new people. But if you face it and you do it, you're going to make it. You're going to make it somewhere else, that you're not going to have to do all those things every single day, the non-glamorous, unsexy things. But you got to face the fact that you have to do it. Just like the business activity tracker. Next week on our call, I'm going to ask you the same damn question, and I better see a lot more B's and A's than F's and D's on that business activity tracker. Deal? Okay. So qualities of a leader. So there was a coach panel with Melanie Mitro, who is number 4 coach, top 10. She's been the number 1 coach 4 years in a row. Kelsey Hill, and then Sammy Glonick, who's number 15, 2 years in a row. She has over 25 diamonds in her downline. Badass leader, right? Like, you see someone like that, you're like, holy crap. She's not even a 15-star diamond coach, but she has 25 diamonds into her downline. It's insane. But they asked her, like, what sets you apart? What is it? And she goes, this is the 3 things she said. She's like, I'm productive as fuck. Like, I am hitting Success Club. My coaches are hitting Success Club. I'm doing all the things. I have a no BS attitude. If someone wants to just talk my ear off and tell me they're going to do all the things, I'm going to be like, show me. You know, like, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, great. Let me just get on an hour call with you and you do nothing for 3 months. She doesn't do that. It's no BS. You got to get to Emerald to have a business. You got to recruit coaches. You got to talk about the coach opportunity. And then the last thing was like, I won't settle for less. I've hit top 15. I'm not going to go less. I've hit 5 coaches this month. I'm going to go for 10. You know, like, she just has no relentlessness, that she's never going to settle for hitting less than what she's done before. And I love that. I have fallen victim to all these things, right? So all of us probably have, but it's just nice to hear, like, qualities of a leader. I'm going to put that up somewhere that I can see all the time. To be a leader, you need to have a system. Success Club Tracker is a great system, right? That's a great way to get your coaches started, saying, here's a tracker, literally a to-do list. There's no other ifs, ands, or buts, right? There's so many trainings on it. There's so many power hours you can send them. That's an awesome way to get them started. So complexity is the enemy of success / execution. So if you're complex and you're like, this is the whole training, I have done both. I've done like a really quick training that nobody got anything out of, and I've done a training that took people forever and they like probably never even finished it, and then they fell off the face of the earth because they were so complex that this business is so hard. This business is so simple. It's not easy, but it's so simple, and we got to keep it that way. We have to keep it simple when we're explaining what it is that we do as coaches and how to get those coaches going on the right track. So a little bit of a gut check. Are you showing what a business builder does? I had a coach today who was like, I can recruit all these people, and she's at Success Club 8, so she's recruiting like a person every couple days. She's like, but I just can't recruit coaches. But that is her limiting belief in her head, right? She says, I can't recruit coaches. So why is your mind going to be like, well, I'm really great at doing this? Because you're not telling yourself that. So every time someone's like, no, I don't want the coach opportunity, it's adding bonus points to the, I'm a bad leader. I'm not able to recruit coaches, right? You're just feeding that limiting belief in your head instead of changing it, writing out an affirmation that says, I am an awesome leader. I'm a leader of leaders. I can recruit business builders, right? You got to change that script in your head, because you can do that. But if you're not talking about the business, or you're not being a business builder, you're not showing up as that leader, people don't know what that looks like. You have to be that big example for them when they come in, and that they see that they can do exactly what you are doing, and you're nothing special, right? You got to be able to be relatable. Okay, 3 more bullet points. Making sure you just have a plan. You got to have a plan every single month you come in. I have my coaches from my Team Cup team right here, but what is your plan? How many coaches are you going to recruit this month? How many clients are you going to recruit? What Success Club number are you going to hit? Do you have a calendar that has your challenge groups planned out, whatever coach internships you're going to do, all that planned out? You've got to be able to see it all the time, because if you don't, you're going to let little things slip through the cracks. And then you're like, oh, I was going to run a sneak peek, but I guess I'll do it next week. Oh, no one signed up to join. I guess I'll do it the next week. You've got to have that plan. And you've got to be recruiting to whatever that sneak peek or that coach mentorship or your challenge group at least 5 days before it starts. If you're waiting till the night before, nobody's going to sign up. Remember, it takes people 7 to 15 times to hear something before it's going to comprehend in their head. So we got to continue to show up and tell them what it is and stay on our plan. Okay, I got 2 minutes. Are you following the vital behaviors, right? Those are on the business activity tracker. I'm not going to say them all again, but are you being a product of the product? Are you showing up every single day, right? You have to be that biggest example for everybody else. And then last thing is, if you're not tracking your business, you have a hobby. If you're not tracking who you're inviting, or if you're not finding a system to track or write down, pen and paper works great. You don't have to have a fancy Google streak or anything crazy, but you've got to be able to track something, because you're going to let so many people slip through the cracks, and you're going to be wasting so much time trying to find them and scroll through your Instagram messages because that one person was interested. Use pen and paper, highlight the person that was interested, and be able to go back to them, okay? So you've got to find a way to track. Woo-wee! Oh, that was awesome. Oh my God. There was so much to tell you guys, and I remember just sitting there the first night, just like, holy crap, this is incredible. And I want you guys to all be there next year, because I learned so much that most of the time you listen to trainings, it's like the same things over and over again. This was not. This was something different. So let's hurry up and take a picture before it cuts me off, and I can just stop talking because you guys are probably sick of my voice. Look at you cuties. Whose iPhone? I can't even tell who that is. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Who is that? Oh, it's Haley. Is it Haley?
I was about to say it's me.
I was like, I think that's her. All right.
I've been sleeping all day.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel better.
Thanks.
All right. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. I like the dollar store condom analogy too. My favorite. I was like dying laughing, especially because the guy that said it was like, I don't know, he's just very religious. So you're like, what? Like, it was really funny. But all right. Have an awesome rest of your guys' week. I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat some food.